In this lesson, you will learn how to conjugate German verbs. A verb is a word that expresses an action or a state of being. In the first lesson, we already met some verbs. One of them was wohnen, to live. In German, this form is called infinitive. That's how you can find the word in a dictionary. Now, this infinitive can be divided into two parts. The verb stem, wohn, and the ending, n. In order to say I live, you live, etc., you knock off the en ending and add the ending that goes with the subject. So for example, I live is ich wohne. So the I ending is e. Ich wohne. You live is du wohnst. So the du ending is st. Du wohnst. The ending for he, she, it is t. Sie, es wohnt. The ending for we is en. Wir wohnen. The ending for you guys, ihr, is t. Ihr wohnt. And the ending for they, or the formal you, sie, is en. Sie wohnen. And let's have a look at the verb arbeiten. You see that the verb stem ends on a T. That makes this verb special, and we'll see in a moment how this changes the conjugation. So let's start with the regular conjugation I work. Ich arbeite. Du arbeitest. Here you see that the du form, we just learned that the du form is st, but in this case there is this e in there. And that happens because of the t in the end of the verb stem. It would be quite difficult to pronounce arbeitst, and that's why we have this buffer e in there to make the pronunciation easier. Du arbeitest. And the same happens for the he, she, it form. Sie, es arbeitet. Here you also have the buffer e. Wir arbeiten. Ihr arbeitet. Sie arbeiten. Here you see that this buffer e happens in the du, sie, es, and in the ihr form. Du arbeitest, sie, es arbeitet, and ihr arbeitet. And this also happens for verbs that end on d, verb stems that end on d, like finden, to find. Now let's have a look at some example phrases with conjugated verbs. Ich komme aus Berlin. I come from Berlin. Ich komme aus Berlin. Du wohnst in den USA. You live in the USA. Du wohnst in den USA. Arbeitet bei Siemens. He works for Siemens. Here you see this buffer e in red. Wir sprechen Englisch. We speak English. Wir sprechen Englisch. Ihr findet 10 Euro. You guys find 10 euro. Like I mentioned before, find, finden, is a verb with a D in the end of the verb stem, and that's why it also gets the buffer E. Ihr findet 10 Euro. Sie wohnen in München. They live in Munich. And this can actually also mean you live in Munich in formal speech. When you talk to one person in formal speech, Sie with a capital S means you live in Munich. All right. That was the regular German verb conjugation in present tense. In the next lesson, we'll take a closer look at the verb sprechen, to speak, which is an irregular verb.